Down. Hi, Gail. Oh, that's nice. Thanks. I'm just getting started. I trying to find myself here, my live thing on my phone, which I'm not finding. It's nice of you to pop in. I've been feeling like I wanted to color and I haven't done anything for a while. And it's very rainy here today. And it just felt like a good day to. Here I am. Okay, I found me. I found me. I'll put my little phone up here. Skip my ads. So do you have a busy day scheduled? Oh, maybe company. I keep forgetting it's a holiday weekend. Hey, crafty lady. Good morning. All right, now I have my phone not quite down far enough. I don't want any reverb. Hi, Sharon. I haven't colored anything in a long while. I've been obsessed with. Yes, that is so addicting. Boy, I get that. Whew. Very addicting. All right, let's just give it a few minutes till we pop in. I've had this book forever. I was digging through, well, it's a constant thing here, me trying to get organized and straightened up. And let me see, I'll put my pencil sharpener over here. And so I've had this book for a while. I think I've colored a couple of things on maybe one page. I don't know. So I was looking through it and I thought I might try to color something too. You are? Oh, what are you coloring, Crafty Lady? Crafty Lady, I don't know if I know your first name. I was thinking originally this book might be nice if I colored it and finished it for my grandkids to have as a book to read. Yeah, see, look, I did just a little bit on this page, but there's so much to color in here. Let's face it, by the time I would get done this whole entire book, I'm thinking I want to do this page. So I'll be in high school. So, of course, I could always do what Dee Dee does and do some Deborah. Okay, I'm going to try to remember. You know, I should really write these things down because, let's face it, my memory is not very good. Yes, lots of tiny stuff. Probably even worse than, what's that real cute gal's name that does all those cute books? Let's see if it'll come to me. Oh, you're coloring printouts? What, are for school or for a Sunday school, or just because you like them, or is it a specific? Look at me. Look how nosy I am on a Saturday morning. Well, it's really Saturday afternoon now, 12:35 here in Jersey. All right, so Southern Crafty Lady, very cute name, is Deborah. For your journal. Oh, sweet. Very nice. Very nice. So I don't think this has too much of a story per se. But I just thought the images, who knows? Who knows why I got? I mean, like I said, I've had this forever. I think I've had this when we just had my granddaughter, and she's just turned 6. So I don't know, but I really liked the look of the rabbit. Kind of like there. See, to me it looks a little scroungy, and I wonder if I put I'm trying to find a place in time on YouTube when I can color or do whatever, and there's not a whole lot of folks on where I'm overlapping. So Saturday morning might be it. I might just have to get my bones moving earlier and get in the groove. Get in the groove. So I think I want my rabbit brown. Hey, Peggy, how are you today? I guess maybe some folks have some plans for the weekend. We don't. We're down here in South Jersey. Our family's all in Pennsylvania, and I have a sister who has a place up in upstate New York, so she's there. And our kids are all grown now, so some of them have their own families, and my daughter and her family, they're sick, and so we're not doing anything. Of course, I grabbed the wrong box of, I don't want my markers. Let's see. I might have the colors I need here in my. Now, girls, don't judge me when you see my color pencils, because I have a little bit of an obsessive personality. Get obsessed with things. I use Prismacolor largely because that's just what I have. Oh, you do, Sharon? That's why we're good buddies. We think alike. And sometimes I do use the markers, but I don't know. I don't think I'm going to use my markers today. And I was going to get out some of my pan pastels. I don't think I have much in the way of brown. I was going to get out my pan pastels, but then you have to fix that, spray it. And I can't spray today. And I'm not really seeing my chat the way I want here. I need to move this where I can. Well, I have a tub that I keep by my chair in the living room. That's what I thought I grabbed. And I may have to go get that because I don't see any. I don't have too much in the way of browns. Sienna brown. I don't know if I want him that color. I think I want to start with a like a neutrally kind of color. I do have some of those, or did I give those away? Oh, I think I finally gave them to my daughter. I had some of those Color Blend by, I swear, nobody ever calls. And as soon as I get online, the phone rings. Sorry, I'm taking a sip of coffee. And I have all my little bits of pencils that I use, regular. And these are supposed to be, well, I'm going to need a dark brown. Let's see. Somebody's coming in here. Oh, hi, Judy. Thanks for popping in. Just felt like coloring. I really should be coloring fairies because that's what some folks at, this French gray is a nice color. I'm going to take the French gray out. some folks at my co-op are wanting some more of my fairies, but you know, I just am not in a fairy kind of mood. Now, see, I thought I had more of those grays. Now, let me get out this. Is Holly here? Hey, Holly. Thanks for coming. Oh, I forgot I had these pencils. Let's see if I can get these out without making a horrible racket. What are my other? I have 2 boxes of these. My son got these for me. This might have a good neutral color for me to base coat. These are Skin Tones, the Black Widow brand. And they're pretty good. Olive brown. That might work. Oh, I'm kind of all over the map, aren't I? All right, so let me put this aside. And I'm just going to get started. I'm going to grind up and make these a little sharper. Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Real nice. Okay. Gosh, I haven't even watched anybody color for a while. Okay, Gail, have a great day. Whatever you're doing, enjoy. Sharon, you're going to get that crazy song in my head again. All right, I'm going to start with my little bunny rabbit here because I think he's just so stinking cute. And I'm going to use this Black Widow, the skin color, olive brown, and I'm going to just start coloring in here. Just give myself a light base coat. And once I get going, girls, I kind of just chat, and I'll try to read the chat. I'm still getting used to what glasses to wear when I have my lenses in. Well, I'm not using very much pressure all here, and this is really covering pretty nice. I was thinking about doing, I got a mess here, of course. I pulled out a picture from a page from a, oh, what's her name? Something Lazarazov or something like that. I forget. She's got all, I mean, the women that she draws are just beautiful. I've pulled out one of those that I was thinking, oh, I should go on and do a video or do a live in color. But it's grayscale, and it's that, what do they call that paper that's not real expensive? I know that'll come to me too. You know what I'm talking about. It's fairly lightweight. Anyway, it's not a very nice paper. But the books aren't very expensive. The images are gorgeous. And of course, grayscale. So you've got the shading that the illustrator or the artist gives you. Yes, Create Space. That's a crazy name to me. And I have a hard time with that. So I was going to, color live or do a video and show you that the struggle is real. And I was going to try using pan pastel, especially on her skin and stuff, so I could get a nice coverage. But there again, with it being so rainy, to go back in and do any shading or anything, I have to use my fixative. And The smell doesn't bother me so much, but when you really think about it, I don't want to be smelling it all day. So I settled on the rabbit. I should find my other colors of this. I have another box, and they're all kind of, the ones I have are, like I said, like for the skin tone, but I think the other one's got some pinks and maybe some orangey type colors, for cheeks and lips and stuff. And this guy's little armpit stretching. I don't know what he's stretching for. Oh, I love you as high as I can reach. That's the words on the opposite page. So I don't do very well with markers either. I like to do the background with marker. So I would either probably do a wash of acrylic or just paint it in. But I might do pan pastel for the background. Of course, not today. Not today. So does anybody have plans today? I'm hungry for a big burger. I don't know if that's in the picture. With it just being the two of us. Oh, pretty decent coverage here. So I'm in this new co-op, and it's about an hour from me. So I don't go very often. Try to get there once a month. Just check on my things and, whatever. So I just started, and I went Thursday. It was my second time to go. So the first time I was a little nervous because I hadn't met the lady and yada, 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 wasn't really paying attention a whole lot to my surroundings there. And lo and behold, across the street from their shop is a ceramic shop. Now, some of you may or may not know that I also paint on ceramic pieces. So I popped in there and got a piece that I'm going to do probably a video, because the folks that seem to follow my ceramic videos are mostly watch videos. I don't think they've ever popped in on any of my lives. All right, hold on, Sharon. What are you saying? Not really. The boys worked. Oh, so barbecue on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Oh, they'll have 4 days. Oh, that's a nice stretch. That's like a little mini vacation. Oh, we live in a 55 plus community. And a lot of folks here don't really have anybody. And with the weather being crappy, we were thinking if it was nicer on Monday, we might see if a couple of neighbors wanted to just throw something quick together, and have a meal or just visit for a bit. So we'll see how that turns out. That'll be the first time we really will have tried anything like that if we can work it out. It depends on the weather, because we all have similar homes here, so they're not very big. And then if the temperature would get warm again, woo! Us old folks, that's tough sitting out in the heat. Years ago when our kids were younger. Oh, yeah, Judy, I never really did heat very well. But it certainly is worse. My dad was still alive. He was, I think not that he organized picnics and stuff. My mom kind of did that, but I think it was because he liked having the family over. And she still lives in the same property, the large property. So we could all spread out. Everybody could kind of do their own thing. And we always had picnics every holiday. It got to be where, especially over the Christmas season and stuff, it'd be like you'd had enough of each other already. You needed the summer for a little bit of a break because there was only a couple of picnics. But we moved here and quite a distance away, and then our place is smaller, and nobody has really kind of picked up the baton for having those family gatherings. Okay, so I didn't get this as smooth on as I'd like, but that's okay. It's all right. I think I'm going to go in with my sienna brown and just start darkening up some of these areas. Now, the name of the this color book, if anybody's interested, I gave Holly and Sharon the link. It's called Guess How Much I Love You coloring book, but my picture's different than the one the link shows. So I don't know if they've got a couple different versions or whether this is... Oh, look, there's stickers in the back, guys. I was wondering if maybe they had a list of different books. But I mean, it was called the same thing, so I'm not sure. Oh, look how cool that is. Oh, I could have done that page. Big nut brown hair. Well, at least I picked a good color. Okay, Sharon. All right, so I'm just going to come in here and decide where I'm going to start adding some. Gosh, I almost feel like a fish out of water. I haven't colored in so long. I was thinking the other day, too, I haven't drawn anything in a while. What the heck have I been doing? So I'm just really thinking about where the shadows might be, or, you know, they've got these little marks here. You know, where the light wouldn't hit, where it'd be a little darker, just kind of lightly adding some contrast. See where these ears are to come together. I want to bring it out a little bit because I'm going to come back in with some dark brown. And then as I'm coloring out into the ear, you know, just lighten up my stroke a little bit. One more fountain to clean. I'm not sure I understand that, huh? Maybe I missed something. I've got a dark tip here on the ear. Pet water. Oh, I didn't realize. Okay. Oh, yeah, I never thought about how you keep all those kitty catters hydrated. All right, I'm going to color the back of the ear. I was going to use that gray, and I forgot I had that pulled out. I'm trying to think. Okay, so his paw. Okay, the little pads are inside. This is the outside of his paw. Okay. Now the trick is that when I'm finished with this today, put a Post-it note inside the cover and write down what colors I used, so that when I go to do the rabbit on other pages in this book, he looks, the same. A lot of times I forget to do that. I think I have this wonderful brain and I'm going to remember, and I do not. So I want that to look like his little arm, or his little arm is hooked to his body. We had a lot of thunder and lightning last night, and our dogs were always a little upset by that. But we recently had to put our older dog down, and here she was the problem. The other two are doing fine. I think she got them all riled up because it was so frightful for her. So that's better. I think I want to do under his eye just a little bit. I think I want to make his cheek have a little bit of color. Now in our community here too, we have two nice pools. One by the clubhouse, and then one kind of on the other end of the development. They're very nice. Of course, last year, and I love to get in the water. Last year, of course, they weren't open. And they said they would open them this year. We all had to sign a waiver, yada, yada, yada. Well, now apparently they can't get lifeguards. And their reasoning and explanation is that, folks are staying home and don't want to go back to work because they're, getting financial help. But these are all college kids that were our lifeguards. So I don't know what's going on there, but at least at this point, they were supposed to open today. Of course, it's a moot point because it's pouring rain. Sugar and cider by, oh, Katie, I don't think I ever met you, but Miss Holly Dalton has raved about you. So nice of you to stop in. Thank you so very much. We were, I guess it was a little while ago, checking out your channel. Very nice. Thanks for stopping in. Girls, if you want to check out Katie's page, her channel, you see her name there. She's really a cool artist. She's got some really neat stuff on her channel. And a very cute channel name. Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you. Of course, what are you covered in ink? Oh, I know that. Oh my gosh, my keyboard, my poor keyboard. I sent a message to a friend this morning. What did I say? I said something to her like, it was just LOL, because I had messaged her that someone was on live, and she messaged me back this morning and said, well, I guess I missed her. So LOL. Well, my keyboard's stuck because I always have junk all over my keyboard. And yeah, LOL about 10 times went flying her way. Okay, I need to bring this out a little bit more and go a little bit lighter. Now, I like to see instant change almost. So instead of doing all that like to his whole body, in case I want to make any adjustments, I'm just going to bring in my dark brown. And this is a Prisma color, as was the sienna. So I'm just going to come back and then just tighten that up in the right close to the line of the picture, maybe even over that drawing line. See if, I don't even know if you guys can really see that. So now we'll see if they're going to open the pool or not. Several folks have suggested, swim at your own risk, but apparently that really adds to the insurance cost. We're not allowed to have any guests. Of course, that's always been one of my big dreams, was for my grandkids to be old enough to come and join us and enjoy a day at the pool. Well, actually, they're only in the past they've only been allowed for a couple of hours, in the morning. But they would love that so much. But they have to be, potty trained. So we're finally there, and they're not allowed. They're not, able to come this year again. So that's disappointing. Although we have a lot of lakes around us here too, so we might do some kind of a lake thing, but so everywhere, I don't know how many people are really interested in coloring, but gosh, I really do like it. Even as a kid, I really liked it. Of course, there was a lot of years there I didn't color. But I've told this before on different coloring videos that I've done. When I worked at a college before we came to New Jersey, part of my responsibility was to oversee a program called Phonathon, which is where our students would call friends and alumni of the school and try to raise funds for scholarship support. And every season it was the same. The phones would be crazy for the first couple of weeks, and then after that they kind of died down, and the kids would have a hard time. reaching anybody or getting anybody to answer the phone. So I didn't really want them talking to each other and getting carried away with whatever. I would allow them to color. Of course, we just used crayons. And I would have maybe about, I don't know, 10 or 15 different coloring books, and they could just tear a page out. And even the boys would do that, they liked coloring. So, of course, I had to sit there and kind of babysit them. So I would color as well, and I kind of really got back into coloring. All right, I'm going to come back in with this olive brown and kind of go over the dark and then deepen that up a little bit. Try to blend. Now you can use, I know some colorists don't care for the blending tool, and I've kind of myself gotten away from it, but I used that a lot when I first got back into coloring. So I don't think it's too bad. And some people use the Gamasol or mineral spirits. I don't know about the baby oil. I'm not sure about that. I need to do some kind of a highlight too. Maybe I should get out a white. Oh, I have a white pencil here somewhere. Here's one. Yeah. Maybe I'll put a little white up here. And there. Woo! That didn't do much. Okay, a lot of you here know Dee Dee Willingham. She gets, I don't know how she does it. She uses that Prisma white color pencil, man. Well, she uses a Posca pen too, but she gets more mileage out of her white pencil than I can ever get. She has the magic touch. I don't know. Let me see if you can see this. This is what. He's starting to shape up a little bit. I think I want to dig out something for his cheek. I should have asked my hubby to get my other box of pencils. Oh, here, this will work. Oh, look. Look, I've got, it's called rust. I mean, that is not rust to me. Sometimes the pencil colors really make me crazy. What's this one? Sherbet. Look how cool that color is. That's a neat pencil. This one's rust. Really? Really? I don't think so. But I'm going to put a little bit on his cheek. Build that up a little bit and see if I can. I'm not getting much color out of that. Lots of layers. Layers, layers, layers. I need to put a little bit of white. I never did think of that other gal's name. Joanna Basford. Woo! Did it. She's the one that I was saying has a lot of cool coloring books, but it has a lot of little parts. All right, I'm going to come in with that sherbet. Darken the top side of his cheek. I love to give them color on their cheeks. Now, who was coloring? Somebody said they were coloring earlier. Their now, can you see his little cheek? Ooh. For their journal. Crafty Lady, I think it was. If you're still here, I was just wondering what kind of a journal that you're working on. Are you coloring flowers or birds or, what you might be coloring? Just curious. See, when I'm doing a different kind of a project and I have different steps, it's easier. But when I'm coloring, I'm just, basically doing the same thing. Flip-flops. Oh, how cute. Love flip-flops. Jan messages, is car's okay today? Sure. Honey, could you bring me I brought the wrong tub. By my chair, there's a tub of colored pencils. Okay. Thanks. We play pinochle virtually with our friends in Colorado. We usually play Sunday, but we're going to play today. Oh, that sounds really cute, Deborah. Really cute. Okay, this I need to bring. I think he's looking a little yellowish, girls. But I don't know. I might put another color on top. My hubby, who I like to refer to as my handsome assistant, is going to bring me my other box of pencils. My messy box. Thanks, honey. See, Dee Dee. Oh, see, already, right there's a color that's better. Light umber. I think that's better. Dee Dee uses that like utensil drawer thing, separator thing that kind of works for her. Let me see if this helps the color a bit. Yeah, maybe a little. I'll put a little bit here and there. Okay, so I think I want to put some of this rust and sherbet on his ear. Maybe put a little white here. So I was straightening up my area here, trying to get, more organized. See, I have a lot of stuff, girls. Okay. I do the market sales stuff. So I have that stuff. I have my stuff that I do for the different co-ops and, stuff I just do for fun. And I have a lot of stuff. But I love my stuff. But I'm not always organized. I get I don't know, for those of you who have creative brains like mine, sometimes you get into the zone and, I'm working on one or two things at a time. And I don't always put things back where they should go. I'll throw them in a box and say, oh, I'll put it away later, or throw it in a plastic bag. And then I get stuff laying all over the place. And then I have a problem. Anywho, I got to keep my colors straight. I forget what I was telling you. It'll come back to me. Isn't that terrible? See, I stopped to think about that color. I went right out of my head. I think I need something a little darker for right in there. I love vermilion orange. Let me see. Well, there's an orange. This might be vermilion. Look at these crazy little stubs I have. I have a hard time throwing stuff out. I don't know. I really lost my train of thought. Is anybody else coloring other than Deborah? Working on other stuff. Peggy, are you having company? Is Peg still here? She's probably having company. That looks pretty cute. I don't know. If I do say so myself. All right, so now what was I using? I was using this first. This is the Sienna Brown. It's got little markings and little divots in his back. I'm not very good at shading that stuff to make it look like if I have a picture to look at, I can do it. Oh, I know what I was telling you. So I was straightening up and finding stuff, and I was doing there for a while. I was doing watercolor, drawing owls and doing watercolor stuff. I got all these cute owl things sitting here, and half of them aren't finished. I got to get crack-a-lacking on those too. There's a couple I don't even have anything done on them. I need to get some doodling done on them and get them finished up. So I have all these ideas. I figured I got to start, like Dee Dee says, start making a list of things. You get an idea, write it down. I had an idea for a greeting card the other day and didn't write it down, and it's gone. Hopefully it'll return. I need some of those cards to start asking folks questions so we can get some chatting going on here. So one of my other ideas, I don't know, I could be getting this a little too dark. As I was cleaning and straightening up, see, I don't throw a whole lot away. So I have all this. Here, I'll show you. I have all this. No, I just moved it. Didn't I move it? Yeah, I did. Where'd I move it to? I have all this stuff. All this packaging stuff. Now, a lot of girls are making, junk journals from things they get in the mail, different packaging and stuff like that. They save all that stuff. I don't really get any good junk mail. All my junk mail is pretty, junky. But I do save all the Tim Holtz packaging stuff. Look at all this stuff. And then as I'm pulling it all out, and I'm thinking, oh, I really see this is a mess. As I'm pulling it all out, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this would make a great journal. Look, I can make, these are already folded. So somehow I'm going to figure out how to stick these together and make a Tim Holtz packaged junk journal. See, because I can cover that up, right? That could be a little pocket, and just use like paper and things of his in here. Look, I'm putting some other stuff in here that I think I can use in there, right? Look, even this little thing. So that's on the list. The Tim Holtz junk journal. And then I'm saying to myself, see, this is how I think. Okay, what did I buy in here? Layers and baseboard frames. See, I need to get another one that's this size. So this could be my cover. Unless I put a piece of I could do that. I've got some of his vellum that I could stick here, to make the front flap. But see, I'd much rather buy another something else that's about this size so I can. Okay. Yes. This is how I get in trouble. Always want more. Always want more to add to my stuff. Okay, where's my dark brown? Ooh, Ron had the dogs out, and boy, that really put some cool air into my room. Woo! Getting a little chilly. I'm sure my coffee has cooled off. Of course, I have no idea how that will work, or put something like that together, because I haven't really done it before, but it'd be fun trying. Now, probably I should have left his tail kind of on the whiter side, but I could probably come in there with some white paint or Posca. That one's the wrong color. I need my sienna. Sienna. Holly, since you shared your idea of what you're going to be doing yesterday, I've been thinking about what I could do for my garden. Holly's going to be making some garden art. And she went to the Goodwill, got some really cool stuff that she can be putting together to add to her gardens, her yard, yard art. I've got a little garden that sits right back here by my room. I think sometimes the rabbits have got that little lighter whitish area right there. Let's see if we can lighten that up a little bit, and then maybe at the bottom of his tail. So now I'm thinking I got to get back to the Goodwill, although my Goodwill doesn't have really cool stuff like that. There are a couple that aren't too far from me that have more in the way of dishes and plates and teapots and that kind of stuff. Like I said, there was somebody in our co-op, it's been a couple of years, that did that kind of work, and their stuff was really cool. She would stack it and alter things, Yes, I can. She'd have like a big dinner plate, with like a teacup or tea saucer inside, and then a teacup on top of that. And it was just really some really neat, whimsical stuff. Oh, let me tell you this. At the co-op that I'm in, the original one, I go there and I work a couple times a month, 4-hour shift, right? So, been doing that for a while. And gosh, this is going back a year or so, easy. Probably even 2 years. We were just about getting ready to close, and there was a younger woman there. She started asking some questions. And so me and the owner's dad We're trying to answer questions for her. And turns out that she's retired military, but she's staying in the area. And she's got family in Mississippi, and I forget where the rest of her family is. So she really doesn't have any family in this area. So we got chatting, and I gave her my contact information. I told her if she ever needed anything or, wanted to art together or whatever, I would certainly enjoy that. So turns out, we got together a couple of times, and that was right before the virus happened. And so we've kept in touch, but we haven't, really been able to get together. And she's very sweet. She sent me a Happy Mother's Day little greeting. And well, out of the blue the other night, like we have a hard time catching up with each other. Like she'll call and I won't hear my phone. It'll be in the other room. I'll call her back. She's not there, that kind of thing. And so we stay in touch, but we're not chatting every day. Okay. Not that kind of thing. So out of the clear blue, I'm sitting in the living room the other night in my chair. I think I was, probably crocheting. I'm working on a crochet project too. And she messaged me that they did the final filming of her craft space, and it's supposed to air soon. And I'm like, what? She's down at her dad's in Mississippi. She'll be there till June 5th. She saw a commercial. It's called Clutterbug. And I think it's on TV. I don't think it's on YouTube. I think it's on TV. And that caused her to remember she wanted to tell me about it. So she sent me the message. And I don't know how it happened or how she got hooked up with them. But these folks came to her. Now, she's like, I think 20 minutes from me. Came to her apartment or her little house or wherever she lives. Like I said, she's on base. I think she's in Fort Dix. And they came to her house, and I guess she left to go see her dad, and they organized her craft space. So she's supposed to air like the third or fourth episode, I think she said, and it starts, I think, the beginning of June. So she's supposed to let me know. But can you imagine? I mean, I haven't ever known anybody that's had any kind of a reno thing done, like on TV. So I'm sure I'll be very jealous. She's very excited. So when she gets home, she's got a nephew that's graduating. So when she gets home from her little vacation, she's coming home to a brand new, spanking, cleaned up, organized craft space. So, of course, my neighbors say, well, then you don't know where anything is. But yeah, I'd rather have that problem. Can you imagine? Yes, Hal, you should look into that. Because they're probably always looking for people. Right? They got to find people somehow. And of course, you're in a different part of the country, which would be nice. See, I mean, it's like I don't feel like I can contact them because how many craft spaces are they going to do in the same area within a couple of weeks of each other? It's just hard to imagine that my space here could be organized, or I don't know. My neighbor friend Betty, who's 92, is always trying to help me. She was talking to another neighbor. She's got some kind of a little unit that's got drawers in it. I told her you might be interested. I said, thank you, but I don't have any more room to put another unit. I mean, I could use the drawer space, but I have nowhere to put the little unit. That's the problem with having a bunch of great stuff, right? I did go through my punches the other day, and I'm going to try to. Hey, Deb, how are you? Happy Memorial Day weekend. Oh, you're in Canada. You probably don't do Memorial Day. It's very dreary here today, Deb. And chilly. Chilly. Are you working on any projects or just hanging? Long weekend last weekend? Nice. I love those long weekends, especially when I was working. I was not a career girl. Not a career girl. I always liked being home. It was nice when my kids were little. I guess I stayed home till they were about maybe 7 and 8 years old. And then I went back to work. But it was nice to be able to be home with them. We do without some stuff, but we did okay. And it was so nice that my husband let me be home with them. I keep going over the same space. I don't know. This kind of book kind of reminds me a little bit of. I have always worked part-time. Once we had kids, I don't know how full-time working. I know it is really hard. You get really tired. Like my daughter, for instance. Now she's a teacher, so she has a summer off, but they made the decision that my son-in-law would stay home. He's got an online business that really has kind of peeled that back when the kids came along. So he's a stay-at-home dad, does a wonderful job with them. But she's just got a lot on her plate. And with the virus that, put a whole new swing on things, whole new spin on things. And in fact, we were just at their place to visit. And we didn't realize my grandson and granddaughter are in the same bedroom now. Well, because they had to have a place where my daughter could teach virtually. Because there for a while she was home all the time. Now she's been back to school for quite a while now, but she's still home one day a week. Wednesday they clean the school. So she still needs that place, to be able to teach virtually. That's something I hadn't thought about. So they're looking for things to, get back to normal. They do have a master suite in the works in the lower level of their home. But then you got the outside yard work and all that jazz, it's a lot. It's a lot. And then once I retired, I would say to a couple of my friends that I worked with, how did we ever work full time? And a couple of my friends, they have special needs kids, which that's a whole nother challenge. And our son struggled. Not that he was a little difficult to raise. It's got a few little issues. Nothing compared to what some people deal with, but it's heart-wrenching when it's your kid, and there are some struggles. And even if they're really in the grand scheme of things on the mild side of the equation, I'll tell you what, graduation day was one of the happiest days of my life. But he's doing pretty good now. He's still not working great, like a real job because of well, whatever. But he does work, and he's on his own pretty, basically. It's all good. All good. All good. It's still not a really smooth coverage here. I was going to go over it with this light umber. Let's see if this helps. I want to try to keep, I don't want to spend too much more time on the bunny rabbit either. A little bunner. Okay, so I'm starting to think about, because even the tree is a big area, I don't use them that much. I do. I have 2 sets, but I was telling the girls, they're mostly they're not mostly, they are. They're the 2 skin tones. I don't know all what they have. But yeah, I do like them. They go on very nice. It's a different feel. I don't know how to explain it. But they do cover pretty nicely. And these 2 colors here that I used in the ear, they're really nice too for the ear and the cheek. I gave his cheek a little color. Let's see, I'm getting my camera there. I don't know if you can see. Let me see if that'll clear up. So I mean that goes on very nicely. But this is, I have a hard time with. I feel like I'm using the same pressure, but in large areas, I just have a hard time with good coverage. And so a lot of times in the past, thank you, I would use, a blending pencil. I think that's all I'm going to fuss with him. But I don't want to do pencil in the background because I know I won't like it because it'll be too streaky. So my choice is either a wash, because even watercolor, I think I'm going to be streaky, right? And the tree is a big space. Oh, look, I didn't even see this little guy over here. I could have been putting, oh, I'm such a goofball. Well, let me just concentrate on this side. So I think what I'm going to do, of course, I have no clean water here, which is an MO for me. I've got cold coffee. Yes, I was going to use the pan pastel, but it's raining. It's a horrible day here today. So then I have to fix it, and I don't want to do that inside. So I've kind of put that thought on the back burner. But that was an idea for sure. I think I might, because I do like to do green and grass. Maybe I'll just do a wash. If I can spin my paint container here. This is a nice bright green. Let's see. Festive green. How nice is that? I need something that I can put a little color on. And I have a spray bottle that's not too far out of reach, I believe, which has clean water. And if I do a little wash of this green, even if I don't mix enough, I don't care so much that it's the different tones or shades. Not so much tones, but you know, maybe if I tilt my book that way, I'll put my color pencils to the side. Get away that pencil. Don't know why I had that out. And I've just got everything buried. I used to keep, oh, I think I found it. This is some palette paper that I've had forever. Well, this is a book, Devin, that I've had a while, that I thought would be a cute book that if I colored it, would be great to give my grandchildren, you know, finished. But it's got a lot of little images. It's got a little, I guess, story that's running through. I never even really read it. But I was saying to the girls earlier, by the time I got this finished, they'll be in high school. Okay. But this page says, I love you as high as I can reach. So he's talking to this little, and I don't know if this is the mom. I love you this much, said little nut brown hair, stretching out his arms as wide as they could go. So I guess I should read it. Oh, look at all those bees. See, there's just a lot of little stuff. And I just picked out this page. Yes. Yes, Holly. All right, let's see. This is probably dangerous. I'm going to put my coffee up on my keyboard. Please don't do what I do. So let's see here. So a little bit of an avalanche this morning. I had a tin sitting up above me that I couldn't remember. Now that's way too much paint. Okay, way too much. Couldn't remember what I had in this tin. And then, of course, I really didn't remember that I had a book sitting on top of it. So when they all came tumbling down, thankfully it didn't knock my coffee cup over, but it hit my second light that I have on the right-hand side, and it knocked that. I don't know if I just damaged the bulb. So my lighting is not the best because I broke a lamp. I mean, there is no glass or anything, but yeah. So just snitching a little water out of mine. I should probably get a paper towel out as well, but I have those right here. But so I'm just going to do a wash. Now I've really got this wet. Maybe I will do the paper towel thing. I can maybe blot off a little bit. And of course, I have no idea how this paper is going to react. It's just a regular color book, so I'm sure there'll be some warping involved. But the warp so much doesn't bother me. So I'm just going to scrub a little bit of this in here. Just getting down some light color taking off the excess moisture. Did anybody see Colleen yesterday doing the shaving cream technique on paper? She was using different kinds of paper. My gosh, the things that people come up with are just amazing to me. Who would ever think shaving cream? Of course, I do have to say, and I did say in chat, I really liked the way some of her designs looked before she scraped it, because she put the shaving cream down. I don't even know what surface. I came in late, so I don't know what surface she was working on. It sounded like glass. It didn't sound like a jelly plate. And so she would put the shaving cream down, and then she was dripping ink of some kind on the shaving cream and then mixing it up. And some of her designs, of course, were really cool. But once she put her paper down, oh, you've done that, Katie? Is once she put her paper down and then she scraped it off, it changed the design. So that was a little, while it looked good, I'm not saying it didn't look good, it still looked good, but I just really loved the design she got when she took like her palette knife and swirled it. But the one thing she was saying is that it kept the paper drier. You know, there wasn't a whole lot of moisture, which I think would be a nice benefit sometimes, you know, rather than getting a tremendous warp. This kind of, doesn't this kind of remind you of like a Winnie the Pooh kind of a look, this book? This color book? It does me. I'm going to go over on this other page if I can figure out how to do this without... Oh, well, that's a clever idea. Clever, clever. All right, let's see. The crack of the book's always an issue, isn't it? Isn't it now? Yeah, that's what I think too, Katie. Oh, yes. Holly does have a good memory. Is Marlo still with us? I know she said she'd be right back and that she'd be lurking. I'm just wondering if she's still lurking. Okay, maybe I need a little more water here. Doot, doot. So, of course, now I'm thinking about shaving cream. Oh, did y'all? Yeah, I thought it was cool. Cool. This is a little darker under here. Yeah, I was surprised that Kathy wasn't doing it. I would have liked to have seen Kathy's take on it too. Maybe different colors, or, you know, because everybody's different. I like Kathy's work too. I don't know why that. Katie, I'll ask you this. Maybe you would know this, because I asked Colleen. She wasn't sure. It's the first time she was doing that technique. I was wondering if I took, see, I have this glass work surface. If you took, say, your alcohol markers and scribbled them down, and then put your shaving cream on, would the shaving cream kind of reactivate those alcohol markers and give you some color? Like, I have some different inks, but I don't have, I think I have some alcohol ink, but I don't think I have much. And I don't know that she was using alcohol ink either. I like I said, I came in late. I didn't go back and watch it from the beginning. But I do have some alcohol markers. Yeah, you don't think that would work? Okay. I mean, I could always try it. I was just wondering, for those of you that may have done that technique before, you know, what you think. Yeah, that's true, Dev. Very true. Devin, is it cold where you are today? My sister has a place. Then use jelly plate for another layer using alcohol inks. My sister's got a place up in the Adirondacks. She's not too far from part of Canada. I was just wondering. Oops, got a little bit of leakage there. Okay, so I think that's fairly good. As far as that goes. Now, let me see. I'm going to move my green paint on top of my coffee cup. And I'm going to get out my heat gun. Give this a little hit. Oh, okay. Earlier she was saying that it was sunny, but sunny's not always warm. I came on line and I didn't really chat with her this morning. Now let's see what I have here. I love my Prismacolor pencils, but I wish they had more in green. And this is an annoying noise, and I apologize. This is like if any of you ever had children that played with Legos. Oh, this is a noise my son made constantly. Let's see. This is apple green. A little light. Let's see. I think I want like a marine. That might be marine or avocado. I'm just not crazy about the dark green. Oh, grass green. That's a little darker. That's good. And then the dark green, I can use a little bit of that. I try to stay around like maybe 3 different shades. See if I can scooch up my, this side's still damp. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and I think I'll use the grass green first. And just darken up around these little tufts of grass, little Winnie the Pooh, Pooh, Winnie the Pooh, Pooh. Yeah, you could be right, Hall. Under his feet. I think I'm just gonna maybe give this a little sharpening here. It's got a pretty good point on it, but it's easier, I think, to fade out your color with a pencil by hand when it's pointier. I don't know. Could be mental. Could be mental. Oh, that sounds nice. See, now hammocks make me nervous. My husband loves a hammock, though. The problem for him is twofold. one, he's tall, he's 6'4", so we always had a hard time finding a hammock that he could fit in lengthwise. And now our issue is having two trees that, we can put the hammock in, because the ones that come in the hole with the holder, like the frame that you put it in, it's just not long enough for him. But he loves the hammock. I'm not too much of a swinger. I like to be stationary. Yeah. Been there, done that. Oops. On the ground again. So, Katie, what are you inking? Are you working in your Lisa journal? Or you got something else you're cooking up here with your inks? Yeah, my husband would just lay in there and rock and read. That doesn't work for me. Of course, where we are now, he would take it down by the little creek that's behind us. And we discovered that they have chiggers here, which we never experienced in Pennsylvania. And my husband turned out to be very allergic to chiggers. It's a little bug that bites you. And gosh, he had a horrible time. He looked like he had leprosy. Yeah. I'm not blending this out too well, guys. I'll come back with a lighter color and see if I can. Well, when I go to London next, I would like to say I could check it out and let you know, but I'm really not a museum person, so I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm going to visit Janet, though, Janet Nash. I want to visit thrift shops. That's what I want to visit. See, how sick am I? Go across the pond to visit thrift shops. Different strokes for different folks. So now the idea is for me to keep record or keep track of what colors I'm using so that I can coordinate all the pages as I do them. This is a big project, though. I should have dried the other side of my page. It's kind of damp. I'd have to use some Posca on this. Okay, have a great visit. Thanks, Devin, for popping in. And enjoy that hammock. All right, let me put some darker in there. I could go there too. But I won't. I don't know. Just not a museum person. Really. Really and truly. I had a friend, she's in heaven now. She just loved museums. And the kids would like to go, and they were missionaries for many years, so she went to museums wherever they might be living, you know. She just loved it. All right, let's see if I can well, let me put my dark in. See, this is how they come in your box. But I don't like that kind of a point, so I'm gonna see if I can get that other kind of point. Yeah, that's my kind of thing, huh? Google it. You can pretty much see what you want, right? I mean, I went to the Louvre just because you're in France. You hear everybody talking about the Louvre your whole life, you know. And I wanted to see, okay, huh? Be careful. Seville Row Fast. And then fabric. Oh, yeah. So I did the Louvre thing just because, you know, and I always was curious about, of course, you know, Mona. Mona's very little. I thought she was much bigger than she is. So I'm glad I did it. But I don't think my next trip to Europe, well, actually, my second trip, this will be my third trip to Europe. Um, I didn't go this last time, and I won't go to the Louvre this next time. Just saying, guys. Just saying. Depending on how this turns out and looks, I might, you know, do some kind of stamping down here in the grass. Pick out some cute little stamped image. I don't know what, little swirl or stars or some kind of little shape. Yeah, well, my dad, I wanted to go. The school was going. My French class was going. Of course, I can't speak any French. I only took the 1 year, and I really wanted to go, and we couldn't. He couldn't afford to send me. And after the fact, he was telling a fellow at work, you know, that he regretted not being able to send me to go because I wanted to go so desperately. And this gentleman said, "Oh, you should have said something, Jack. I would have lent you the money." I thought that was very sweet, but and I wasn't in love. But I was when I finally got there, but my love didn't want to go with me. And he still doesn't want to go with me. So there's that. Okay, let's see. Now I pulled out that lighter green, that apple green. That's a color that I really like too. And I'm going to see if I go over top, if I can blend some of this out a little bit. Just kind of pulling out. Now the tin box that fell out on top of me earlier has a bunch of little stamps in it. I might be able to find something in there that I think would work with my idea. Of course, I'll use green ink to stamp. And this isn't really the kind of page you have to spend a lot of hours on. You know, anybody that colors, well, let's see, about an hour and a half. And but if I want to get this done for the kids to, you know, be able to enjoy it before they're too old, I'm going to have to make some adjustments or some cuts to you know, to get it finished. I have a Christmas, what's it called? I think it's called, now Dee Dee has this one. Oh, she enabled me. Baker's Dozen or something. It's the pictures are beautiful. The images are beautiful. And sometimes if you use your pencil on its side, you can get a nice look. Anyway, trying to do that, you know, it's a much smaller book, but trying to get all the colors the same and the people that are in it to look the same. Well, I have a bonus son in England. Some of the girls know that. Katie, you wouldn't know it. I don't think you would know it. And I have a bonus grandbaby now that I was scheduled to go visit and meet last year, and my trip got canceled. Now baby 2 is on the way. So I'm chomping to get there and meet these babies. Yeah, well, I didn't go till I was older. Older than 45. Our daughter did her student teaching in the Black Forest Academy. And I just said to my husband, when she's finished, I'm going to meet her over there, and we're going to do a couple of things. So oh, yeah, this young man really is like a son to me, and a bunch of my family. He's like a family member. We kind of adopted him. He was living with us when he was here in college, and so about 9 of us went over for the wedding. Had a wonderful trip, and Saul married, and he used to tease me because I have a crazy first name, and he used to tease me that he was going to name his firstborn after me. So, of course, when his wife became pregnant the first time, I had to remind him of that. So when they had her, they gave her my name as not my first name, but my nickname, which is what I use, Lori. Gave that to her as her middle name. So she's just so precious to me. And I want to meet her so terribly bad. I want to meet her. So I'm going to try to get there this year. Gonna try. Okay, so if I took a stamp, right? Let's see, where is that box that crashed down on me? See if there's something in here I can pull out quick and use that would be cute. Oh my gosh. I don't think I want that, but they're little bunny rabbits. Bumblebees. Oh, this looks like a lot of Easter stuff. Look at that bunny rabbit. Oh yeah, I remember putting this stuff in here. It's all coming back to me now. Oh look, little flowers. These might be cute. Let's see if I can get that to work. All right, so now I need a stamping block. And I'm going to use my green StazOn because I like it. Oh, I could also use some script. See, now my brain, this is where my brain starts to go, whoop, whoop, whoop. Maybe I can put script in the sky when I do the sky. Now, the bad part about doing these kinds of lives is that I don't always come back and finish the project online, you know. All right, so let's see here. I need to stamp off on something just to see if I like this idea. Yeah, it'll be very subtle, but I think that'll work. Now let's see what else I have here. They look like, well, that would be cute too, wouldn't it? Just that little sprig or these little leaves. Look at that one with the little leaf attached to it. And I kind of like this one too. There's some cute things on here. That might be a little large. Let's see. Yeah. It's cute, but I don't think for what I have in my head it works. Okay, Hal. I don't know if I'll still be on, but thank you, sweetie. I might be. Let's see. Well, there's still 8 of us here, so at least 8 of us working and lurking. Well, this is kind of big, but I kind of like that too. Maybe a little variety. Maybe a little variety. Oh, I like that one. Let's see. All right, let's see if it. Let's see. Can you guys see that at all? You know what else I'm thinking? I just don't know. See, I just don't know where all my stuff is. I have so many stamps. I've become addicted to stamping. Yes. And I've become addicted to Reader's Digest books and fabric. And Journals. That one didn't get so good. Let's see if we can not make that look too bad. Okay. I mean, you name it. I've got a bunch of things I've become very fond of. Let me get this bigger one. But I have the Stampin' Up! Has a lot of those itty bitty things, and there's an itty bitty backgrounds. My gosh, it's just like little dots, and I just love it. See, that would look cute. I think on here as well. All right, let's just do that one last flower. Oh, that one's cute too. Look at that one over there. Is that the one I already used? Oh yeah, it's got green on it. Thought I liked it. It doesn't have to be perfect either, but I think that looks cute. All right, so that's that. And let's see. I'm thinking I might put some Wink Stella on some of these petals. But let me do a little blue. Am I blue? Am I blue? All right, I'm going to cut this and try not to drip my green paint on my page. All right, let's pick out a nice blue for the sky. That's really quite dark. That's sparkly. I don't want sparkles, although I love sparkles. I don't want sparkles for this. And I'm going to try to, all right, this is Island Blue by Deco Art. And I'm not going to put out as big of a lump as I did earlier with the green, which was just crazy. Crazy. And I'm going to clean my brush in dirty water. Yep. Grab my spray bottle. Give this here a little spritzer. I just keep knocking everything off my desk. I'm going to get my paper towel. Whoa. Oh, well, we've got some water running off my... I save all these little plastic things, that you get. Say, like, might get a salad somewhere, takeout, and it's got, a little plastic thing on the top where it's got your croutons and cheese or whatever that you can dump in your salad. So I save the little tray and I wash it. But then, see, I don't remember where I put it. I know I have it, but see, I didn't pull any of that stuff out. I'm going to go right over the butterfly. And I'm going to do different back and forth kind of strokes just to get some of this color down. I hope you guys can see this okay, because it really is very pale, which is what I want. I don't know if you can see, but it's really, really exactly what I want. And if you did this, you could also, if you didn't have any stamps that you wanted to use, you could also, doodle. Oh, good. Thanks, Katie. I think I've put everybody else to sleep. It's one funny thing about streaming. Some of the feedback of streaming in my videos, folks have said they like my voice. It's very soothing and calming. I think I have a terrible voice. Now, my goal today is, when I'm done this, is to get a couple of videos recorded, which would be great. If I could get a couple of these things done on a rainy day when I'm not, distracted by some other things, would be great. I'm so easily distracted. Now that's a little too dark there. Let's get another spritz. Got a big streak in the sky. Your hands are busy? Love busy hands. If my hands aren't busy, girls, I'm asleep. I'm asleep. I would love to see your flip-flops. Deborah, do you post anywhere? Like, could you post your flip-flops anywhere? I love flip-flops. One of my students, I was talking earlier about my students that I worked with when I was working. She wore flip-flops all winter long she wore flip-flops. See, I got that streak there. I can't get that to blend out. Isn't that a bummer? And my paper's starting to pill a little bit, so I need to back off. Need to back it off. Okay, so let's come. I'm going to come over here because this will be hard to replicate. So, my goal is maybe sometime today or tomorrow to finish up this page and do this tree and this other little bunny. It's so stinking cute over there. The little bunny. I'm liking this blue. Actually, I like the tree too. I am a bit of a coloring snob. Now, like, if any of you follow Dee Dee Willingham, and if you don't, I would suggest you check out her channel. Really, she's amazing. She'll color anything. God bless her. She will. But see, I'm a little more I'm pickier than she is. I don't like to color everything. Who just came? Oh, Miss Chris. Oh, and Nancy. Hi, girls. Thanks for popping in. I don't like to color and just anything and everything. I'm a little bit of a snob. Like, I like to look at mandalas, but oh my gosh, that would drive me crazy to sit and color them. You know what? I'm going to try to float a little bit of color here. So let's see what happens here. All right, I'm just going to put a little darkness, a little different, darker shade right under his legs a little bit. And I'm going to do that across the across the grass line as well. Now I'm going to do the other side of his leg, but after that dries a little bit so I don't get any smearing. And I don't know if this is really a good artistic thing to do, but I just like the way it looks, so I do it. A little deeper color here. And then I'm going to put maybe a little bit around that little butterfly. Katie, what part of the country are you located in? Are you on the East Coast or? Okay, I need to move my water a little bit. Gosh, I'm embarrassed about that dirty water. I just didn't think about getting water. Okay, I'm going to come under his ear. Just put a little contrast in there. Nashville. Okay, I think you did say that. Okay, cool. So you're on the East Coast. So 4 o'clock. Woo! Now. I'd have to be having me a nap. I think I'm needing some lunch, actually. I was trying to get a few things ready for the mail today. Our mailman usually comes around 2 in the afternoon. Well, it must be a sub in because when there's a sub in, they get here a lot earlier. So my husband ran across the street and caught the guy. Yeah. Oh, okay. So you're an hour different than me. I don't know why I was thinking Tennessee would be the same time as me. Those time zones can get confusing. Especially like Holly is 3 hours different than me. We spend a lot of time chatting. Last night we were playing a word game on the phone. And it's like it's a Scrabble game is what it was. I'll tell you what, she cleaned my clock. Okay? But it was fun. But I'm having a hard time keeping my eyes open and making my words. It's getting late where I am, and it's early for her. It's crazy. Crazy. Oh, Chris, that's exciting. I'll get me to the post office. Woo! I saw what Katie sent Holly. Cool stuff. Okay, let's see. All right, so what I'm thinking is when I do find my itty bitty little dotty stamps, I'm going to do that in the grass as well. And I'm going to put script in the sky. My grandkids will just think I'm a goofy, but they think I'm silly anyway, so that's okay. And like I said, let's face it, by the time I get this book done, they'll be old enough to understand. want to blend that out a little better. Oh, bummer, Chris. Oh, well, you'll have a very good surprise on Tuesday. That's not all bad. My one niece I was going to watch her. Well, my husband and I were going to watch her dog for her, so her and her husband could go be with friends at the shore. She was really looking forward to it. She's a mail carrier. She's been working very hard, and she doesn't start getting the time off, So they had it all worked out. Her parents are away for the weekend. Well, longer than the weekend, I'm sure. So we just thought we would do that for her. And then her friends had a family emergency and they had to cancel. So I felt so bad for the kid. She was really looking forward to going and spending time away, with her hubby and her friends. She's a good kid. And then my other niece is just about to deliver her second baby. So we're very excited about that too. Oh, the tree's there. I don't want to put blue there. Tree's there. I did put it in front of the tree. I might have to cover that up with some green. What I don't understand is sometimes if I have packages that don't fit in the mailbox, they'll bring it up and they'll put it on my chair on my porch. But yet there are other things in my mailbox. Like, why don't they bring it all up? I mean, I hate to sound, lazy like that, but well, you know what, Katie? You might just have to go and find yourself some. You can be an adopted grand. Because there are children that I am sure don't have a grand or could use a grand to, not all grands are great. Like a big sister, big brother. We need some kind of a program to you can adopt grandchildren. There's so many kids that just could use someone like that in their life. Oh, thank you. And see, like my little flower. They're about ready to be redone. I think we go Tuesday. Yeah, I tried to check out too one time, and I just couldn't get anywhere with it. Like sometimes you hear or read an article about folks that go and volunteer at a hospital, and they sit and the hours could be crazy. And they go to a hospital and they sit and they go to the I can't think of the word, the nursery. But see, things are different now. Like when my daughter had her kids, it was different. I mean, you couldn't go look at babies in the nursery, But somewhere I had read an article where, folks could go and volunteer, maybe babies in the NICU that needed to be rocked through the night or something like that, And oh my gosh, I would so love to do that. So love to do that. Or if you knew a family that had like foster care kids, that are struggling, and you could be a grand to them while they're at your friend's place or something. If there's got to be a way to get connected. with some of these kids. With my my daughter being a school teacher, she taught first grade for a little bit, and last quite a few years now she's been teaching fourth grade. But even when she did her student teaching, some of the stories, some of these kids are just heartbreaking. You know, they need some solid people in their lives to help them get through. Life is not always easy for those little kids. I mean, even my granddaughter, she's having a problem in kindergarten. And of course, some of that's, I mean, really on her because she can be a little stinker, but it's still hard and upsetting for her and for her parents. All right, I'm going to do gold butterflies. I'm going to use my Wink of Stella on those butterflies. Now, what I'm thinking is, I think I want my bigger stamp, and I'm going to use navy blue. I've got this Stays On Navy, Midnight Blue, or whatever it's called, that I really like. So I'm going to use that. And I think in one of my handy dandy jars here. Now, I could probably also use my oxides, but I don't know if they would smear. I'm not sure about that. I haven't done any research to know if they, you know, smear, if you have to use a fixative. So this is a Stampin' Up. It's called French Script. I took it off the block. And I really am thinking about maybe cutting this, but I can't make myself do it. So, let's see. I'm running out of places to put my... Now, this may not work. You know, this may... And I think I don't... I think I want, like, secondary. Kind of a, you know, stamping off like once and then. Oh, I got it on the bunner. Mr. Bunny Bunny. Probably going to get some on his hands too. Oh, I do like it though. See, it's really kind of big. See, if I cut this, I wouldn't have that issue. But I think I need a second one, right? I need a second one. That's what I need. I need to... I don't think I want so much on him. A little bit's not too bad. But see, I can't get up close to that crease in the book. Yeah, I'm going to go over to this. What if I have some here? I think I might want some swirls in the sky. Yesterday I was wanting swirls, and I did pull out my swirl, and then I saw where I had it stored. But where was that? Try to think back of what I was... Right, I don't want any on this little guy. Let's see. I'm sure there's a better way of doing this, girls. But it's a color book page, so, you know, I'm not going to make myself crazy. Hey, Miss Marlowe, thank you. Thank you. So let me just get a little chunka in there. Oh, that's better. Now, I have maybe I'll use this little, this will be cute. It's not my swirl, but that'll look cute, right? In the sky. Oh, look, I got a little flower stuck on the side of that. All right, let's stamp off here, see. Oh, yes. But I think I do want the secondary again. I don't want it to be real deep. Even if they're not complete. Sometimes I surprise myself at how much I like some of this crazy stuff I do. Pat yourself on the back. Okay. I hope it's a nice day and then you don't have me sitting in the rain. Put a little one up there. Now, in a second, I'm going to look for my itty bitty thing. I should have just come over here and finished this off. I'll probably finish this. Let's see, 2 hours and 13 minutes. You know, they tell you, the experts tell you not to make your videos. Well, I don't know if that's your videos or your lives necessarily, if that's, you know, they consider that the same. I just kind of have it in my head that, although some folks, you know, stream for hours, of course they're doing different stuff too. They're not just sitting and doing coloring page. But let me see if I can. Oh, this could be dicey, girls. I've got so much stuff sitting here. As you know, you reorganize and you work on that a little bit, and then you get a little weary and you feel like, oh, I just want to do a little something else. I really want to find that. And the thing is, I know I have a set of that itty bitty stamp to sell. I know I have another set to sell, but I don't know where that is in that box either. Let's see. I don't think, oh, this will do. It's not the exact one, but it's kind of, I think that'll work for grass. I think that'll work. Live streams get pushed forward. Oh, they do, Sharon? See, I don't know anything about all that jazz. And you've probably told me that before. It just doesn't stay in my brain. Okay, I'm thinking I'm going to not whitewash. I'm going to wash that tree as well because it's such a big area. So, okay, so I'm going to do the green again. I'm going to close up my navy stays on. And this is Stampin' Up's one of their itsy bitsy background stamps. Now, the one that I really like is not as patterned as this, but I can't get to it. So I'm just going to put these little dots all over the grass as well. So I love it. All right, let me hold that up for you to see, because I don't think you can see it. Hopefully. I've got wires hanging everywhere. See, it just adds a little something, something, right? Okay, so I think I want to do a red top on my mushroom. So let's see what I have right here. This one I don't know anymore because it's so small. Number 122. And I have my book here somewhere with the numbers, but I'm just going to go ahead and use it. Prismacolor 122. Just doing the cap red. Just get a little pop of color on this page. And then this is number 924, and it's Crimson Lacquer, I think it's called. And I'm just going to deepen that edge there. True. So true, Katie. I'll have to go in and make sure I have Katie marked to see what, you know, to get notices when she comes on live to catch her. All right, now maybe I'll use that. I had that, I thought I popped them right here. I had the gray, the French gray, which is kind of like a brownie color. I thought I popped them right there. Or maybe this was, yeah, it's underneath. Okay. This is a French gray, 90%. If you're familiar with Prismacolors at all, their grays are in percentages. So this is the strongest gray in the French gray, cool gray, warm gray they have. And they have, I think, 10, 20. There's a 30, a 50, 70, and a 90%. So rather than digging out those other ones, I'm just going to use this very lightly at first. And then I'm just going to deepen the color there, just add a little more to where I want the shading to be. All right. Welcome back. Okay, so there's a little mushroom guy. Got them done. Okay. Now I'm going to pull a brown. Let's see. What do I have right here? That's not my brown. Of course, it's on the other side of my little spinny wheel. Let's try this. He might be a lot like the... no, I guess he's not. Autumn Brown by Ceram Coat. Oh, goodness. I can't get that done. Screw. Let's try this. He might be a lot like the... oh, I guess he's not. Autumn Brown by Ceram Coat. Oh, goodness. I can't get that done. Screw. All right. So let's see. Let's grab another. That's got my blue. I know I have another. Here we go. All right. Let's see. Let's move this. Well, I'm going to use the tree, but for right now, let me get a little bit of this. Oh, see, girls, with the arthritis, sometimes the bottles are hard to squeeze. Other times they're not. Who can remember? And then you squeeze it thinking you're not going to get any to come out. And whoop, you have too much. Too much, too much. All right, so now I'm going to spray that with some water. Thin that down a bit. And grab my brush. And I'm going to put some color on this tree. And I don't mind if this has got a little more color in it than the grass and the sky. All right. Of course, I went over. Don't do that. Maybe use a smaller brush. Oh, thanks, Deborah. Yeah, I thought that turned out cute. I love my stamps. I don't use them enough, but I'm starting to use them more. Stamping on cloth and buttons. Did you ever stamp on a button? Oh my gosh, they look so stinking cute. You know, if you buy any buttons, like at a thrift shop or online, you know, they're supposed to be vintage. And you get them and, oh my gosh, you got tons of the same one. And they're all just kind of, you know, and they need a little something, something. Oh my gosh. If you stamp, well, I particularly like the script on the buttons. But even these little dots would look cute on a button. Oh my gosh, it really changes it. Love it. I think I'm going to do a little bit more out the side here, this tree. Okay, so that's not too bad. I've got different puddles of paint everywhere. All right, so let's... I'm going to dry this a little bit. We've got some curlage. See, now this page, I could do a wash and then dry that and then come back in here and do these feathers like with the Winkostella. Wouldn't that be cute? I could do some of them gold, some of them silver, some of them just, you know, clear. And that would go a lot quicker. Just look at all those feathers. Now, think about this, girls, while I'm working on this tree, putting a little bit of contrasting colors in here. What kind of a stamp could I put on that tree? I could put a stamp on the tree. You know, what kind? Little leaves, stars, dashes. I don't know. Something, right? I could do something. All right, let's see what I have. I could do some shading with the tree. See if something pops out at me. See, I came on so quickly, I didn't even get myself a drink. That's another French gray. Warm gray. I don't think I want gray. Although maybe... Oh, there's black. I'm going to use a little black on that mushroom on my toadstool. See, I don't know if they, I mean, I think I have most of the Prismacolors, but, oh, you're buffering? Oh, I hope that straightens out for you. I'm good. Yeah, I don't see it buffering here. Let's see, what is this? Black raspberry. No, well, that could work. Does this drive you crazy when I do this? The light umber again. When I do this at night, my husband will say, do you really have to scrape through those pencils? I'm a struggle. I'm just going to put a little bit of black, I think, under these two little mushrooms. Shade that a little bit more. Maybe I'll stick out a little bit more. I don't know. I didn't get under the cap either. I probably can't really tell that much. I don't even have it up where you can see it. Let's see. I'm not even, you know, I know my colors with Prism pretty well, but I'm not even coming up with a color that I think would work. Black cherry. That'll look cool. I don't think I want a red tree, though. But there's got to be just a brown, right? I wonder if there's something I could use in my... Here we go. Let's see. Let's see how this works. This is one of the... Black Widow colors. It's called Skin. Oh, no, it's called Mud. Skin is the name of the collection. All right, let's give this a little, give it a little grind. Hey, Riri. How are you? Thanks for stopping in. Hope you're doing well. All right, so let's see. This might be a little darker than I want, but we're going to go, oh, no, that looks good. Okay, so I'm just going to come around. This tree. Oh. Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. I mean, some folks are smart and they get those phones that have, you know, the bigger phones, the bigger keyboards. Oh, my gosh. My big old mitts on my phone. I spend more time correcting or hitting the wrong keys. Yes. I was watching Murray last night on TV, and that's nice because it's big and you can see what she's doing. But by the same token, you can't chat. So that's the bummer with that. You guys probably can't really see what I'm doing, which I'm sure you know how to color. Just going to go around the whole outside edge, I think. Gosh, my husband's being really quiet. Usually he's rumbling around in the kitchen and stuff and making noise. I wonder if he's napping. I could go for a little lunch. I think I already said that. Getting hungry. Oh, wait a minute. I got to get you can see the chat now on the TV, but can only participate with your phone or tablet. Oh, really? So you can see the chat. Oh. I'll have to investigate. Katie, you know a lot of stuff. I didn't know that. I think these Black Widows are a little easier to try to shade with as far as, bringing your color out and lightening up on your pressure as you move away from, where you're deepening. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. So any ideas of what kind of stamp I could use to put some kind of markings on the tree? Little circles. Maybe nothing. Maybe I just leave the tree alone. No, let's not leave the tree alone. Let's do something. Hearts. Oh, that's a good idea, Chris. I think I have a little heart. Gotta have heart. Miles and miles and miles of heart. I could go for an old movie. I don't know why. Rainy Days. Now, if my bonus son were here, we'd be watching Harry Potter. That's one of the things we like to do. Oh, one time, he was still in school, living with us. We were in our old house in Pennsylvania. My son had his own home at that time, had some roommates. My daughter was living on campus, and we had my bonus son, who is Gary, and we had Austin, which was another young man who is not from the UK, but going to the same school. He was, I think, originally from Minnesota. So we had Austin and Betsy, my other adopted kid. Betsy was with us, I think, at that time. And we had, I guess, maybe two international high schoolers living with us. And one was from Korea and one was from China. I'm not sure what year this was, but it was probably Kay and Shannon were probably the two that still lived at home. Anyway, Gary and I were there. Everybody was off doing their own thing or whatever. Gary and I were going to watch a movie. There wasn't any Harry Potter on, I guess. And he wanted me to watch this movie called Riddick. And it just didn't sound like something he's like, Mama, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. It's a great movie. Just trust me. Just what? Oh my gosh, it was so horrible. Yeah, zigzags would be cool. I don't know if I have a zigzag. Ooh, something to look for. I just got a set of stamps. Okay, like I need another stamp. I'm not even going to tell you what I'm thinking. But I was sitting here working and I was thinking, boy, Stampin' Up! Has a couple of the script stamps. They have the smaller ones and then they have larger ones. And I would like to have a couple of more words. And I was thinking, oh, wouldn't a nice thank you be nice? Because when I sell at the market, if I want to include a little thank you card or something in my package, having a nice thank you stamp would. And so then I'm just, browsing around on Facebook Marketplace, I think it was. And sure enough, what popped up? Da, 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 da. Look at these babies, huh? Celebrate friendship, love, and thank you. So I had to get it. Had to get it. Love, love, love their script stamps like that have just the words. Okay, this is where I struggle with coloring. When you have these little doodads here, and I guess it really doesn't matter, like which way, where do I want my dark? I guess I want my dark in the curved spot here. And maybe under that one there. See, this is when it would be good to be ambidextrous, where you could color this way. See, you could see what I'm doing. Oh, good, Holly. I'm glad you went and got some medicine for him. Is he feeling any better at all? Oh, poor Dustin. My daughter's really been feeling lousy. Now the kids have it. It's just a summer cold. Well, it's not even summer. Spring cold. Little runny noses and... Okay. Holly, we were talking about if I was going to stamp something on the tree, what should I stamp? Katie suggested zigzags. I'm just trying to think. I don't think I have a zigzag stamp. I mean, I have hundreds of stamps. Don't think I have a zigzag. And Chris suggested a heart. Now, I know Holly would like hearts because that's one of her favorite things. Little heart shapes. Or I could just leave it be. But that's no fun. All right, let me see. What did I do with my dark brown? Here it is. Let's see. And somewhere I have the espresso pencil, and what's the other one? Oh, sepia. It's not real. It doesn't really look like sepia to me. And they're nice to deepen, brown areas. But I don't know if I need to order new ones of those. It seems like I'm out of them. I can't find them in my stash. I really wish I had noticed this little rabbit on this other page while I was doing the big rabbit. I don't know if this little rabbit maybe should be a little darker, a little darker. Okay, nothing like coloring with two pencils in your hand. Well, I'll be playing Pinochle tonight online. What's everybody else going to be doing? Who's on tonight? I know Beth's on, right? Is anybody else on Saturday night? Saturday. Oh my gosh, we watched this movie yesterday. What the heck was that called? Girls, I got to tell you, not sometimes, a lot of times, my husband's got some weird taste in movies, okay? He's not too much for like the classics. Like, I would watch a classic movie anytime, anytime. He likes these mutant type of things and sci-fi and some of the goofy stuff he likes to watch. And let's face it, I'm usually either coloring, drawing, or knitting or crocheting. I'm not really paying attention. So, I mean, unless there's a ball game on, I really don't much care. And really, to tell you the truth, I really don't much care. But some of the stuff, and then he goes the other direction where he likes like those cheerleading movies or those. I don't know. He just has weird taste in movies to me. Anywho, we're watching this movie. What the heck was it about? Gosh. See, I get telling too much of the story and then I forget what the heck I was going to tell you about this stupid movie. It'll come to me. I got too many things racing through my brain. And sometimes he's playing cards with his lady friends. And I put somebody on YouTube like on mute, cause I can watch what they're doing. But what was this crazy movie? I see we watched two. So now I'm confusing the two movies. Because the one was about these two brothers in the space program kind of a thing. It had that Gerard Butler in. But he went to bed and I watched the end of that later. Oh, heavens. That's the one that we watched earlier. Well, I know you're probably thinking to yourself right now, well, this chick better never tell a joke because I should tell you a joke. Oh, he knows, Sharon. Okay, so I'm at the co-op, right? And this older gentleman that's also a vendor there. We have handcrafted items that we sell at the co-op, and then there's also antique and vintage items. It's a three floor building. And there's an older gentleman that is a vendor there. He does antiques and he cleans for us and does a couple other things. And he is probably the cutest old man I've ever seen in my life. Okay. He's adorable. Okay. Who said something about vines? Love TCM. Oh, the movie channel. Anywho, the fella, I don't know what his real name is. We call him Hootie. 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 He's adorable. His wife's pretty cute too, but he is just adorable. So Hootie was in, he was vacuuming and doing some stuff for us. So Hootie will stop a customer and tell a joke to a customer. Okay. So we were chatting about some stuff and he was getting ready to leave and he said, he said, did you hear about the delicious Irish bean soup recipe? And I said, no. And he said, oh yeah. He said, it's a real simple recipe. Actually, you can use any beans or combination of beans that you want. But the secret is to only use 239 beans. I said, really? Why? And he said, well, if you use one more bean, that'll just be 240. Well, I mean, I love this old guy. Just be a little too farty. That's a Hootie joke. Anyway, still not remembering the movie we watched. I know he was watching one with kids dancing around singing. That one was really a little too gay for me. I came in on the end of that one, thank the Lord. And what did he watch after that? Oh well. Oh well. It's not coming back. So if you want to make a good Irish soup, Irish bean soup, only use 239 beans. So if you use one more bean, it'll be too farty. Too farty. Bump. That's our Hootie. Hunting. Oh, I used to like to watch bowling. Yeah, see, I would watch bowling, but I used to bowl, so that would interest me. My neighbor Betty watches the golf. She really likes this kid, Jordan Spieth. She's always telling me about Jordan Spieth. I don't really understand anything about the golf. That's not really interesting to me, but I do like my baseball. Well, just my team. I just like my team. I'm not one of those sports people that, they'll watch whatever team is on. I just like to watch my team. All right, so I think I'm coming down the home stretch of this tree. And I'm going to do the same thing I did with the grass. See, I'm starting to get a little... See, if I was doing this on my own at this point, this is when I would close the book and say, oh, I'll come back to it, because this is starting to bore me a little. Bore me a little bit, I gotta say. Let me see if I can... I want to try to keep this in... Maybe if I twirl it and do it upside down. When I used to paint ceramics, oh my gosh, I used to always pull my stuff upside down. Oh yeah, I was going to tell you about the piece I got at the ceramic shop. It's a little bird. It's called Baroque. So I think I'm going to do a little dry brushing on the ceramic piece, but then I think I'm also going to do some shading, something a little different. But it's a real cute little chubby bird. If I get my act together, I might do that video tonight. Oh no, I have to play cards. I forgot. I won't get it done tonight. Oh well. This is why I don't get anything accomplished. And our son turned 35 this past week, so we'd sent him a gift, but we didn't really get to see him. Normally, in years past, we would see him this weekend. Everybody, we'd all be getting together for Memorial Day. And my granddaughter's birthday is the 21st. My sister's is the 22nd. My son's is the 25th. And my brother-in-law's is the 25th. So we'd, do all the birthdays on Memorial Day. So I think Tuesday we might get together with Brian and take him out to dinner. They were saying to Colleen the other day when she was doing the shaving cream technique Holly, did you pick up on this? Where she said, I never know when to leave it alone or to back away. And I thought, oh, Sharon's in good company. We're always telling Sharon, back away from the piece. It looks fine. Okay. All right, now maybe I'll get that burnt umber. I know it was looking pretty cool the other night. Yeah, I'm just about ready to wrap it up, I think, hon. I just want to finish this tree, and then I'll finish the little rabbit and the rest of the grass on my own. It's time for the dogs to go out for a little potty break. Okay, let me see if I can quickly put my hands on my... I was going to use the burnt, not the burnt umber, the light umber. Yeah, this will work, I think. I just want to come on top of this color a little bit, like I did on the grass, you know, and just scoot in some additional color. Yeah, we don't really notice too many bunnies in our yard, but lately she's not supposed to be chasing. Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure, Miss Sharon. All right, so I'm going to just give my stamps a quick look here. What did Chris say? Chris said a heart. Oh, look. See, I got over anxious there. I got some of that tree color right in here. Let's just keep that between us, okay? I really should take more time here. See, I got this as a little... I gotta tell you, I'm not too crazy about that light umber. I decided I should have went with perhaps the sienna. But it is what it is. It's only a color book page. In case you get a flat. Oh, I got to do something here. I might just come in there with some marker. See, because I forgot the tree was there, and I was thinking that was the end of the sky. What? See, I moved my stuff. Oh, I don't think I can reach it. Where I have my little heart stamps.
Bye-bye.
I'm going to try. Girls.
Oh, come on. Come on. You shouldn't chase that bunny. Then you can't breathe. Hurry up.
Okay. And here I know I have a little heart. Oh, look at that. That's just like a little smudge dot. That might be cute too. I don't know if that's... It's not really sticky. That's a bummer.
Come on.
Let's see what this is. I might have to look at that. Oh, look, that would be cool too. Like a scratchy grid. I know I've thrown little hearts in here. Instead of keeping all these little tiny stamps, like I have a binder that has, you know, those, it has the clear sheets that you can slide pictures in. I forgot what they're called. Well, I keep my stamps in those. But to keep all these little tiny ones, that drives me crazy. So I throw them in this little, see, there's a little solid heart. But there again, that's probably not going to, oh, look, here's little bubbles. Now that I'm thinking about it, I probably do have a zigzag, and I can imagine it in my head. These are mostly stars. Oh, I want to do the Wink of Stella too, real quick. Oh, here's the oh, that one will be cute, I think. Let's do that star. All right, let's pack all this jazz back in here. I think I'm getting that a little too full. Okay, bye, Sharon. I think I missed Sharon going out. All right, let's see. Where's my and I have a color called Ganache by Stays On. I am curious. Do you believe I just did that? Oh my gosh. Lori. Oh yeah, see, that's cool, but it's too round. I don't want that roundness. No, I don't want the roundness. Oh yeah, the star's great. If I could just stop dropping stuff on the page. Oh, Chris, you said a heart. Look, I did stars. See? Oh. Sorry about that. I can see it's getting time for me to finish. I'm going to do my Wink of Stella gold on my butterflies, and then I'll finish it up. I appreciate everybody. Although it's not a large crowd, thanks for hanging with me. I appreciate my lurkers and my chatters. Well, this is turning out, I think, to be a cute page. So all I have to do is the little bunny and my greenery here. So stamp my green, and I'm done, right? I think it might look nice if I spattered the tree. Might do that. Okay, Wink of Stella. And let's see here. Just going to put it on those little butterflies. And I'm going to do my gold. And I'm just going to do the little butterflies. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. This makes you want to put more butterflies on your page. Do the little body, do the little antennae, and then I'm going to put some clear on. I'm still using my old clear. I haven't opened my new clear. I'm going to put some of the clear on my mushroom caps. And that's going to be it for me today, girls. Katie, it was so nice to meet you. Deborah, it was nice to meet you. Look, can you see the little sparkle? I don't know. I'm having a hard time seeing my screen when I hold up the book. Is it clear up enough? There we go. Maybe you can see it there. And then look, my little gold butterflies. Love it. Holly and Sharon, I appreciate you so much being here modding for me. Thank you very kindly. And girls, don't forget, take time to be creative and enjoy the journey. I will see you next time. See you on the tube. See you on the next video or the next live. But I'll see you. Happy Memorial Day. Bye-bye. Love you. Bye-bye.